down.
I need to think.
I told you what to think.
Up first, the new trailer for Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic with Coleman Domingo as Joe Jackson, Michael's dad, and Michael's real-life nephew, Jafar Jackson, as the King of Pop. That's out April 24th.
You're much more confident. Kept those eyebrows, though, didn't you?
Ooh, savage. Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway are back in The Devil Wears Prada 2.
She was one of the Emilys.
One of the what?
Meryl Streep and Stanley Tucci join the fun, too. That's out May 1st. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
Hey, it's CBS News business analyst and certified financial planner Jill Schlesinger. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for the Doug Young Educator of the Month, proudly sponsored by City Tile and Floor Covering on Spring Street. We're over at Siegel Middle School to celebrate a teacher who really goes the extra mile. 7th grade ELA specialist Eva Carroll. As part of the 7C team, Miss Carroll does more than just teach English. She helps her students find their own voices. She is known for making literature click and for creating a classroom where every kid feels like they belong. Whether she's collaborating with her team or mentoring a student, her passion for Siegel Middle is impossible to miss. For her incredible heart and hard work, our Doug Young Educator of the Month, sponsored by City Tile and Floor Covering, receives a gift certificate to Toots and a beautiful plaque from L&K Trophy. Congratulations, Eva Carroll at Siegel Middle School, and thanks for all you do. To nominate your favorite teacher, go to wgnsradio.com/educator.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, wgnsradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues, coming to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. With a little reminder, nudge that thermostat down just enough to stay comfortable on a chilly day. Just a simple way to save on heating cost and reduce the strain on your system. More information, more tips at mte.com/myenergyplan. We've got a big show planned today, so hope you'll stay tuned. Lots of local information headed your way. Had a good night. Maybe one of the better ball games we've seen all season. Blackman-Siegel boys, with Blackman pulling it out in the end. So if you want to go back and listen or watch the game, you can check it out. Got it podcast for you in the podcast section of our website where you can listen or watch, or be sure to head to Big G TV where you can subscribe. And when you do that, it'll tell you, hey, the guys are live at the ball game, or we've got the roundtable program on. Who's on today? That kind of thing, you know? So keeping things rolling there. And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We've got our Big GTV coverage going here of Rutherford Issues as well. But thanks to Middle Tennessee Electric for all they do. A very pleasant good morning today to Jana Blankenship Summer, today's SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day, for constantly doing things for others, especially her older friends. Jana Blankenship Summer today, the recipient of flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and WGNS Radio. So our congrats go out to Jana Blankenship Summer, today's Good Neighbor of the Day. We'll get to enjoy those flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts on South Academy. Jenny Harrison out there making things happen. And, of course, your good neighbors here at WGNS. Today's Good Neighbor Tribute, poured by SRM Concrete. Locally grown, nationally known, and honoring those who build up Rutherford County with their kindness and service.
From driveways to highways, SRM Concrete has the right mix, on time, every time. Locally grown, nationally known, family owned and operated. SRM is the name you trust. SRM Concrete, you call, we haul.
Nothing like muting your own mic. Text neighbor to 615-893-1450, or just head over to wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor to get those into us. Here at the Big G, WGNS. Birthday Club. Hey, Larry Farley is celebrating today. And with Rutherford Fire Rescue. And what do you know? Our Birthday Club winner. So our congrats go out to Larry, and Larry's going to be receiving some banana pudding. We'll let him know that he's the Birthday Club winner if he doesn't already know. Maybe you can call him. If you've got his number, let him know. He's the Birthday Club winner. Yeah, he'll appreciate that. We do the Birthday Club each and every weekday morning, so you can be a part of that. It's as simple as just texting us the name of the person who's celebrating and who the wish is from, and a phone number. That's the important part. We've got to be able to call. That's what's happened so many times. So many people aren't in the running because we don't have a way to contact them. So that's a little different with text. We can at least text you back if you've texted us. So that's kind of why we're kind of, moving along with that and kind of encouraging you to text in birthdays and anniversaries to us each and every weekday morning. Friday, we do Saturday birthdays. Monday, we go back and pick up the Sunday birthdays and anniversaries. And somebody walks away with banana pudding each day. Slick Pig Barbecue, 1920 East Main.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
CBS Money Watch.
The Small Business Administration says green card holders will no longer be able to apply for loans through the agency's 7A program starting March 1st. The new guidance requires business applicants to be U.S. citizens or nationals with chief residence in the U.S. or other legal territories in order to be eligible to apply for a loan of up to $5 million. Previously, up to 5% of a small business could be owned by a foreign national or a legal permanent resident and could still legally qualify for a loan. And just in time for this weekend's big Super Bowl game, PepsiCo is slashing prices on some of its most popular snacks like Doritos, Lay's, Cheetos, and Tostitos. I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 344 points at 46,583. The S&P little changed, 69.01. The NASDAQ is down 235 at 23.019.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, we've been looking on Big G TV at our downtown studios. Just a light mist, enough to have to keep those windshield wipers going here in the downtown area. As we take a look from the Rutherford County Courthouse, it's a pretty wet scene there. A little weird glow onto the courthouse lens there, but looking all right. Just a little cloudy, dreary. 34 degrees in Murfreesboro, 34 degrees in Smyrna. A little chilly day coming up after yesterday's big thaw. What's on tap with the forecast?
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see cloudy skies here for this afternoon with a high in the upper 30s. We'll have north winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, a low near 20. By Thursday, partial sunshine develops, high around 37 degrees. And Friday, mostly sunny skies, a high around 55. Saturday, we'll see some sunshine, high 46 degrees. Then on Sunday, we'll have mostly sunny skies, a high around 58. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Don't want to get your hopes up too much. But look at this. Monday, sunny, 64. Tuesday, partly sunny, 68. Yep. There. I keep muting my mic. How do I keep doing that? It's not like I've never worked here before. those high temperatures may come with a bit of a price at some point next week, but we're going to get to enjoy some upper 60s, close to 70 degrees. How about that? Here's a look at our Rutherford weather radar. Scanning the skies across Middle Tennessee, and we can also see traffic moving along pretty smoothly at I-24 at Amilville Road there on our camera inlay. But composite radar showing a few very light showers scattered out and about here across Middle Tennessee. Our outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, warmer than normal temperatures. 8 to 14 days, definitely warmer than normal temperatures, but in the next 3 to 4 weeks, chance of being below normal. So this is going to be fall spring coming up when you enjoy those 60s and 70s maybe. Just know that Old Man Winter may not be finished. That's a look at your Rutherford weather forecast. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, do all those things on our YouTube, Facebook, or X channels. YouTube, Facebook, X. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Then you'll always be in the know on what's happening with local Rutherford County weather. Where can you find it? Just search us up. RUCO Weather, R-U-C-O Weather. Or just go to wgnsradio.com. We've got links there. Also, rutherfordwx.com. And there are definitely links right there on the top of the page to social platforms. Find your favorite. I've been telling folks what I do is like, subscribe, turn on notifications on YouTube, and then pick Facebook or X, wherever you are mostly, Instagram as well, because we do pump out some just text information every now and then. You can't really do that on YouTube, but you'll be informed wherever you like and subscribe and turn on notifications for Rutherford weather. That's your forecast here this morning from WGNS and Rutherford weather. 34 degrees right now.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues on WGNS from Big G TV is brought to you by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic and Surgery Center, trusted since 1949 to care for thousands of families in Rutherford County. With more than 20 specialties across several area locations, MMC provides quality health care that fits your lifestyle. It's a check of world news right now. We've got Dalton with your Rutherford Roundup. Will Nunley is in the Access Tennessee newsroom. We've got you covered with info right now. It's a look at CBS, brought to you by the Tennessee Lottery.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Days after taking over the federal operation in Minnesota, Trump border czar Tom Homan says a quarter of the immigration enforcement officers sent there will be removed.
We'll draw down 700 people effective today.
Homan says that will leave about 2,000 agents in Minnesota. He says they've made significant progress working with state and local officials to arrest undocumented immigrants.
This is smart law enforcement, not less law enforcement.
Homan says those with criminal records are still the focus, but
if you're in the country illegally, you are not off the table.
He says agents have taken hundreds of people accused of homicide, assault, and sex crimes off the street.
Everybody should be grateful to that.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
To Washington, where CBS's Nicole Killian reports a final funding bill for Homeland Security still to be hashed out after the agreement to end the partial government shutdown.
Lawmakers have 10 days to try to reach a deal on DHS funding and more specifically these reforms with respect to ICE conduct. And this comes on the heels of a hearing the Democrats held just yesterday where they heard testimony from several individuals who say that they suffered abuse at the hands of federal agents. That includes the family of Renee Good, including her two brothers.
Good was the woman shot and killed in Minneapolis. Fulton County, Georgia has asked a judge to force the FBI to return ballots and other 2020 election documents seized in a federal search last week. Now to Arizona and the investigation into the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's mother. CBS's Andres Gutierrez has more on notes that have emerged.
Officials confirmed that there are details in that note that have specific details about Guthrie's home as well as what she was wearing the night that she vanished. But they're not confirming whether those details are accurate or whether the note is legitimate. Investigators are also aware of a ransom message that was sent to TMZ demanding a large amount of Bitcoin for her safe return. The sheriff's office says that these messages are being treated as leads, and so far they have not said publicly that they're dealing with a confirmed kidnapper.
A federal judge in Florida today will sentence Ryan Ruth, the man convicted of trying to assassinate Donald Trump in 2024. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The court will hear arguments regarding the appropriate sentencing range and will consider the nature and circumstances of the offense, the need for deterrence, protection of the public, respect for the law.
The Washington Post has eliminated its sports department and slashed overseas coverage in a round of deep layoffs, cutting a third of all staff. Wall Street, the Dow is up more than 200 points. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to the official 48 Hours After Show post-mortem on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Looking for something to take your mind off this traffic? How about a true story of instant success? Did you hear about the two friends who went grocery shopping in Ashland City and picked up everything on their list plus $75,000? Or the one where a truck driver made a last-minute stop off Interstate 40 and drove off with a cool $1 million? All their lives changed in an instant, and yours could too. So stop by your local retailer for your chance with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, life-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
From the Fox Sports.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit recyclerightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you. That's recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right, it's all on you. Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Go to recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
Olympic athletes won't have to be delicate about anything since finding out that the Olympic Village in Milan features wooden beds this time and not those compostable cardboard ones they had in Japan. Those can survive a night of high-impact gymnastics. To be fair, that was on purpose since they thought flimsy beds would help enforce a COVID intimacy ban, but that didn't stop them. Now that McDonald's is offering caviar with its McNuggets for Valentine's Day, a lot of customers are wondering, how do you trust a place that can't even keep its McFlurry machines running with handling something as delicate as fish eggs? You can't buy them. You have to apply online to get a pack. The kits go live next Tuesday for anyone who's still curious. Or is the fishy boba description enough? On this day 22 years ago, Facebook went live, changing the way we connect and make friends. Mark Zuckerberg famously launched it from his Harvard dorm room. That's what's trending. I'm Christian Chase.
I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS.
And here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Wednesday, February the 4th, 2026. In Smyrna, emergency crews responded swiftly to a structure fire early Tuesday morning on Poplarwood Road, just a short distance from Red Hawk Parkway near the Stewart's Creek schools. The Smyrna Fire Department arrived to find smoke coming from the residence and quickly launched an interior attack. The fire, determined to be centered around the chimney and fireplace area, was contained before it could spread further throughout the home. Despite successful suppression, the property suffered significant damage due to fire movement within the chimney system. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. With cold weather increasing the use of fireplaces, officials urge Rutherford County homeowners to schedule annual inspections to prevent similar incidents. Meanwhile, a massive fire broke out just after 7 a.m. on Tuesday at Elm Hill Marina on Percy Priest Lake, whose shoreline stretches into Rutherford County. The Nashville Fire Department arrived to find a houseboat fully engulfed in flames, which quickly spread to nearby vessels. Marine units, including OEM's Marine 1 and Nashville's Fireboats 22 and 35, battled the blaze from the water, while dockside crews tackled it from land. At least 13 boats were damaged. Emergency personnel deployed over 1,000 feet of containment boom to mitigate environmental impact. Though no injuries occurred, the fire underscores growing concerns for boaters and liveboard residents facing cold weather hazards. The Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency is now leading the investigation into the cause. Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Scrimetti announced a multi-state settlement involving Lannett and Bosch, two pharmaceutical companies accused of colluding to inflate prices on generic prescription drugs. The volunteer state, along with others, claim the companies engaged in long-term schemes to avoid competition, limit consumer choice, and raise prices. In response, both Lannett and Bosch agreed to reform their internal practices and compensate affected customers. Those who purchase qualifying generic drugs between May 1st of 2009 and December 31st of 2019 may be eligible for financial restitution. Rutherford County residents who believe that they were impacted are encouraged to check eligibility through wggeneraccdrugs.com or by calling 1-866-290-0182. In a separate consumer alert, Costco has issued a recall for caramel-filled mini beignets due to a hazardous labeling error. Some packages were mistakenly filled with chocolate hazelnut beignets, posing a risk to individuals with tree nut allergies. The mislabeled products, sold under item number 1181272, were distributed between January 16th and January 30th of 2026 in 23 states, including Tennessee. Customers are advised to return the product for a full refund. Tree nut allergies can be life-threatening, making the recall especially urgent for families in Rutherford County who shop at Costco locations. Laverne will host a free Healthy Tennessee Health Fair on Saturday, February the 21st, from 9 a.m. until noon at the Grace Church Worship and Community Center, located at 108 Stones River Road. The event aims to provide accessible healthcare services for the local community, including residents of Rutherford County. Dr. Manny Sethi, president of Healthy Tennessee, emphasized the nonprofit's commitment to bringing wellness resources directly to the people, noting the organization has hosted dozens of events across the state over the past decade. Healthcare providers will offer a wide range of free health screenings, including blood pressure checks, glucose testing, well child evaluations, and assessments for bone and soft tissue injuries. Local wellness companies will also participate distributing healthy living products and educational resources. Meanwhile, in Murfreesboro, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office is warning residents about a scam involving impersonation of local law enforcement. A resident received a voicemail claiming to be from Deputy Chief Kevin Henderson, urging a callback to a fake number. Instead of falling victim, the resident contacted the Real Adult Detention Center and confirmed that the call was fraudulent. Authorities say scammers are increasingly using real names to pressure individuals into acting without verification. They urge residents to hang up slow down, and verify by contacting agencies directly using official numbers. The Sheriff's Office reminds the public that law enforcement will never demand immediate payment or secrecy, and reporting such scams helps protect the entire community. That's all for now. For updates on these, as well as many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook, as well as X. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, a comment on YouTube, or share it with a friend. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network, and I'll talk to you later.
Fresh cut greens and oven warm bread, jars of sweet jam will be red. Good food, good folks, flavors that shine from winter's chill to spring sunshine. Every Friday, feel the spark. Rutherford County Market at Lane Agri Park.
Local farmers with local meats, vegetables, and other produce at the Winter Spring Rutherford County Farmers Market every Friday through April.
You'll find it there from frost to bloom the season sing. We're winter tough and welcoming spring. So bundle up and make your way every Friday at Lane Agri Park.
At the Lane Agri Park in Murfreesboro.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, in high school basketball last night in girls play, Middle Tennessee Christian School got the 46-33 victory. Central Magnet downed by DeKalb County 59-53. Stewart's Creek on Monday defeated Laverne 55-22. Also in last night's action, Eagleville 63, Mount Pleasant 30. It was Oakland girls upsetting. I guess you have to consider it an upset. Stewart's Creek 56-37. Riverdale 55, Laverne 40, and Blackman a winner 53-10. In boys, BGA beat Middle Tennessee Christian 79-37. It was PCA over Webb School 71-26. DeKalb County 68, Central Magnet 46. Also last night, that was Oakland 66, Stewart's Creek 60. Eagleville 63, Mount Pleasant 39. Riverdale a winner over Laverne 52-38. And in the game you heard on WGNS, watched maybe last night, I hope, 55-51, Blackman boys get the win over Siegel. More hoops coming up for you tonight. Chip Walters will have the play-by-play story as the Raider men host FIU, 6 o'clock airtime on WGNS. Then coming up tomorrow, it's the Lady Raiders at 6 o'clock at Missouri State. Friday, we've got Siegel at Oakland on State Farm Prep Hoops beginning at 5:45. Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Girls basketball week now. And then at 11:30, the Lady Raiders at FIU. It's all here on WGNS. You can follow along at wgnssports.com. Now let's check in with Access Tennessee News.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Nunley. A Perry County man has been arrested for shooting a gun near linemen working on his home. Sheriff Nick Weems tells Access Tennessee that Robert West was arrested late Tuesday. The sheriff says West was upset that the lineman had to temporarily cut his power to repair lines and reportedly fired a gun into the air from his home. The lineman took cover behind their trucks. West is being held at the Perry County Jail and could face additional charges. There were no injuries. In Grundy County, a man has been arrested after bringing a gun into the courthouse and pointing it near a county employee. We're told Michael Hammond walked into the courthouse with a BB gun that resembled an AR-15 rifle, according to information from the Grundy County Sheriff's Office. Hammond walked up the stairwell and into a courtroom where proceedings were underway. A corrections officer and a court officer confronted the man, took him out of the courtroom. He faces numerous charges. More news in 30 seconds.
This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Auctions are such a fun and easy way to buy real estate. We've got lots coming up. Don't miss out on this one.
In fact, 2 absolute auctions coming to Murfreesboro Saturday, February 7th at 10 a.m. A 3-bedroom home with a detached garage up for bid. At noon, it's a 2-bedroom home on a large county lot. See both properties Saturday, February 7th, and get details at maplesrealtyandauction.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction.
In all, 13 boats were destroyed in a massive fire at Elm Hill Marina on Percy Priest Lake early Tuesday. According to the Nashville Fire Department, crews were called for a boat fire and arrived to find that houseboat in its slip fully engulfed in flames. The occupants of the boat were told were able to escape to safety before crews arrived. A water boat was able to extinguish the other burning boats, and at least one was set adrift. Will Nunley, Access Tennessee News.
I've got pets.
AmeriCare is Rutherford County's #1 choice in pest control, and it's simple to see why. After calling 893-7111, their staff came to my house 8 years ago when I had an insect problem. They looked at the situation, showed me the areas, and what they'd recommend to resolve the problem. After treatment and with quarterly checks, I'm bug, critter, and creepy crawly free. Thanks, AmeriCare.
Call the best of the best to get rid of your pets.
AmeriCare, 893-7111.
In retirement, it's all about income. Your money, making money, and you're not spending down your principal. That's the way we do it at Retirement Income Solutions. So if you're spending down your principal or your money's not making money, keeping you ahead of inflation, check us out today at risolutions.net, risolutions.net. And make sure to join us Saturdays at noon and Sunday afternoons at 1 for Retirement Income Solutions Radio with Nathan Cox and Lindsay Cotter.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Use caulk or weather stripping to seal leaks around your windows and doors. Stop those drafts, one of the quickest ways to lower your winter bill. More energy-saving ideas at mte.com/myenergyplan. It's time to catch up with James Price of the Better Business Bureau. And James, are you ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way?
Oh, it seems like there's going to be a trip in the grocery store in the near future, Maybe we're going to hunker down at home, make sure you have plenty to eat and videos to watch, and we'll see what happens there.
I was watching a video, and this guy was talking about he's created this system that can go through and track the inventory at grocery stores of like milk, bread, eggs, that kind of thing. Did that during the pandemic, and so pulled it out here during this ice storm. And it is amazing how many people buy just bread and milk and eggs. Those are the three. So I guess, milk, bread cereal, or I don't know what they're going to do with all that milk and bread.
Well, it's, that's always been the strategy. That's why, in the grocery store, they put them in the back. So you have to walk past everything else and fill up your cart along the way, so.
Yeah, for me, it's Little Debbie's. I've gotten my, little snack cakes all ready to go. The Valentine snack cakes are out there. So, but
it's another season upon us.
Oh, I know. I was going to say, if you're getting Valentine's, things, and that's all out in the stores. And I got my lovely W-2 form this week in the mail. I know you're probably, if you haven't gotten it, you'll get it before the end of the month. That just is always a reminder that Uncle Sam has his hand out.
That's right. It is tax season. And, there's a lot of different things about tax season that we can talk about. How to choose a tax preparer, avoid being ghosted by your tax preparer, IRS Taxpayer's Guide to Identity Theft, accountants, tax preparer, simplify your finances. All these things you can find on bbb.org, getting ready for tax season. Of course, out of all these different ones that, we have to choose from, of course, what we kind of default to is what are the tips to avoid tax scams in our area, what to look out for. And so let's just talk about that today a little bit, how to avoid those tax scams overall. And we'll start off with the tips, how to avoid tax scams, because this is really where the rubber meets the road. And really the best way to avoid tax identity theft is to file your taxes early as possible. File before a scammer can use your information to file a fake return and get your money. And so as soon as you have all the documentation that you have, go ahead and do it. People who just wait and procrastinate, that money kind of stays out there like, I guess like on a money tree for the scammers. They just kind of pick it off the tree. So, get in there, get it done. Of course, I don't know if it works the other way. I don't think it works if you owe money, if the scammer will go in there and pay it for you.
I've never found one.
But if you're getting money back, then you definitely want to go in there and file your taxes early. Either way, you want to file as early as possible.
Filing as early as possible helps with that. But there are so many pitfalls and so many different ways that scammers, I know you're going to share a lot of these, and ways to kind of be on alert for that.
Yeah, absolutely. In the United States, jot down your personal identification PIN, your PIN number from the IRS before you file your return. It's a 6-digit number that confirms your identity and your social security number. It's important to note that you cannot opt out once you get an IP PIN. So once you apply, you must provide that IP PIN each year when you file your taxes. The IRS is going to provide you the PIN online, send you a new PIN each December by postal mail. Visit the IRS for more information about the program, or you can read those tips on BBB. So this is a really good way another good step to make sure that you get it. You're going to get a new PIN every year, and you'll get that PIN in the mail. Nobody from the IRS is going to call and give it to you. They're not going to text it to you, or they're not going to text you and say, hey, we're just trying to validate your PIN number. Can you send me your PIN number and validate it? There's all different kinds of ways once you get your PIN that the scammers might want to get it out of you. So hold those close to your heart.
I bet those scammers are going to know that they're going to figure out a way to try to do that, aren't they?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Which is a good reason why, you're going to get a new one every year, and you'll get it in December. So you don't get it too early to start working on your taxes. And kind of going to number 3 right here, which we just said, remember, the IRS does not initiate contact with taxpayers by email, text message, or social media to request personal or financial information. This includes requests for PIN numbers, passwords, or similar access information for credit cards, banks, and other financial accounts. The IRS just is not going to contact you that way. If you're really in a whole lot of trouble, they'll probably knock on your door. But other than that, they're not going to, send you a text message or any other way to email. They just don't operate that way. So if you start getting email and text messages or stuff on social media for referring to your taxes, or you better do this, or we're going to come get you, you're probably dealing with a scammer. And the best thing to do is just, don't reply.
Yeah, that sounds like a scammer's MO for sure.
Mm-hmm. Next thing is watch for bad grammar and odd punctuation when reading emails and letters claiming to be from the IRS. If you read awkward or poorly worded sentences, weird capitalization, grammar, those are all kind of signs that scam. And that's just not for the IRS. That's for anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you get an email that says that you have an overdue library book and it's all, the grammar's not correct, chances are it's just a scammer trying to get some money from you. If you get tax information delivered electronically from your employer or other entity, treat that information carefully. Download it into a password protected computer. and make sure you have a good password. Don't use password or 1, 2, 3, 4.
How did we both say that at the same time?
Just think up something original that the scammers don't already know. You'd be surprised. They kind of do a research every year how many people are using password for their password, and it's amazing how many people do it. It's crazy. Next one, only deal with trustworthy tax professionals and tax preparation services. So, if you go to bbb.org, we have a whole segment on how to select somebody to help you do with your taxes. For many people, it's significant life changes, business ownership, or simply lack of knowledge about ever-changing tax laws make finding trustworthy tax preparer a good idea. That all said, not all tax preparers have the same level of experience and training. And you can find some of those tips on bbb.org, and always look for the seal of a better business, an accredited business. The other thing too is that we've heard a lot about the big bill this year.
Yeah, big beautiful bill.
Yeah. So
BBB,
not to be confused with the Better Business Bureau, but there are some tax changes in that for this year, and so that's another reason why you might want to search out a professional who knows it and who's keeping up with the industry to make sure that you get the most out of your tax return.
Yeah, that is a good thing to remember, because I hear that it was one of the biggest revamps of all of that that we've seen in quite some time. So lots of changes that could affect you.
And talking to a lot of businesses, throughout the year, several of them have said, their tax situation is going to change this year because of that. And so, whether you're a business, you own your own business or whatever, make sure that you know what those changes are. Next one, check out websites carefully and ensure that you access the real IRS website when filling out your taxes electronically or requiring additional information. This also means that if you get an email or a text message that says, hey, here's a link to go file your tax return, you don't want to click on that. You actually want to find the website yourself and go do it. Don't follow a link that somebody gives you. That's just liable to be a very nice setup website where you can fill out all your tax information, hit submit, and it goes right to the scammer who just turns around and files the real tax return and gets all your money back.
Very good information there. We've got time for a few more ways to avoid being scammed during this tax season. I think about 3 or 4 minutes or so.
Yeah. So, when in doubt, contact the IRS directly to confirm any contact you receive is legitimate. If you're talking with a scammer, just stop talking to them overall and contact the IRS independently. Go look for the number yourself from the IRS to make sure that you got the right one. You can find that information on BBB's website. The IRS website is 1-800-908-4490. And of course, you can find those numbers and websites on bbb.org. And of course, if you're a victim of tax fraud, you can contact the IRS at that number. You can also contact the FTC for the identity theft program at identitytheft.gov. Those are some of the key points of avoiding tax scams. Again, I would encourage anybody who's not sure what they're going to do for their tax, go to bbb.org and just look up all the different tax resources that we have. And I'm sure the IRS has a vast amount of tax resources. But I would say out of all this, the number one thing you want to do is get on it early. As soon as you get all your information, get your taxes filed, get them out of the way. We've been told all along that everybody's going to be getting money back. So everybody needs to be everybody but the scammers that are going to get money back this year. Yeah,
we want to make sure that you get your money, So the BBB's website is a great place. I know we talked about scams today, but there are other tips that you have on the website, resources, things of that nature. So, and especially maybe if you're looking for someone to prepare your taxes, there are even tips on some of the questions to ask for that. So a great resource is the BBB website, and hope folks will check it out. James, I know that we're in the doldrums of wintertime here and all as well, but there will be some BBB events coming up in the future here locally, I'm sure, that we'll be telling folks about here in the coming months too, right?
Oh yeah, the next big one we have on our agenda is the Big Blue Bash coming up in the next couple of months. Businesses can get involved with that by reaching out to me at jprice@gobbb.org and learn more about that. And businesses can now register and apply for the Torch and Spark Awards for the best businesses in Middle Tennessee.
All right, so check out the BBB's website. James Price has been our guest this morning. James, I appreciate it. Stay safe in all this winter mess that's coming.
Thank you, Brian.
If you need to find out more about the BBB, bbb.org. Pretty easy to find. Well, for my pal James Price, I'm Brian Barrett. Until next time, take care out there.
It's now time to take a look at today's death notices. With the latest updates, here is WGNS's Steve Thornton.
Ronnie